Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching our videos. Hope it will be helpful for your exams. So moving on to the next question. The question is this: explain the transformational grammar along with its components. I have explained the definition of transformational grammar, and also I have taken one example and explained what is deep structure and surface structure, how to represent the deep structure and surface structure. All those things I have explained in the previous video. If you have not watched that video, please go back and watch that video. And also I have attached the link in the description box. You can watch the videos using that link. Moving on to the question, that is the components of the transformational grammar. Let's look into it. So the three components of transformational grammars are phrase structure grammar, transformational rule, morphophonemic rules. These are the three components that the transformational grammar is having. So let's go in detail. Okay, the first component is phrase structure grammar. Okay, so this phrase structure grammar is going to generate set of rules. Okay, it is going to generate the rules. Those rules are sentence is going to derive noun phrase and verb phrase. Verb phrase is having verb and noun phrase. Noun phrase is nothing but it is determiner plus noun. These are all set of rules, right? So these are all the rules that the phrase structure grammar is going to represent. And also I have made rules video separately. So if you want the detailed description about these rules and how these rules are derived, you can go back and watch the rules video. Also I have attached the link in the description box. You can watch there itself. Okay, and also phrase structure grammar, it represents the natural language as a structural representation, or it's a structural description. Okay, yes, the natural language is nothing but it's a language that we humans speak. That itself is a natural language. So representing this natural language in terms of structural description. In the previous video I have taken Pooja plays Veena, which is a natural language, and I have represented it using trees, some tree like structure. Okay, so that is the structural description, right? So this phrase structure grammar is going to represent the natural language as a structural description. And these are all the rules, where S is sentence, NP means noun phrase, VP means verb phrase, D means it's a determiner. Okay, these things I have explained in the previous video. If you want, you can go back and you can watch that video. And also sentence that generate using these rules are said to be grammatical. Okay, the sentence which are generated using these rules, if the sentence is generated, that sentence is said to be grammatical. Okay, that sentence is said to be grammatical. And the second component is transformational rules. Transformational rules means it will be having transformational grammar. Okay, it's a set of transformational rules. So it will be having a transformational grammar, and that transformational grammar is following some set of transformational rules. So that convert one phrase maker, that is underlying, to another phrase maker, that is the derived one. I'll be explaining this taking example in further sessions. Okay, just keep it in mind that it is going to convert one phrase maker into the another phrase maker. Okay, that is nothing but transformational rules. So the name itself, it indicates it's a transformation from one set to another set, or from one form to another form. It is going to transform the things. Okay, and these rules apply to the terminal string which is generated by the phrase structure rules. Okay, we are applying these transformational rules for what? We are applying this for the phrase structure rules. The output of the phrase structure, what we have got, or the terminal string that is obtained from the phrase structure, that is a previous structure. For that only we are applying these terminal strings, because in phrase structure rules we'll be obtaining the grammatical sentence, right? Because we have applied some set of rules here. See, these rules we have applied to the sentence, and the sentence which follow these rules will be grammatical. So for this grammatical sentence, in the next step we'll be applying this transformational rules. Okay, next, phrase structure rule and transformational rules are heterogeneous. Okay, these phrase structure rules and transformational rules are heterogeneous, hence they'll be having more than one symbol on their left hand side. Since they are heterogeneous, so they will be having more than one symbol in the left hand side. So we'll be discussing this also in detail in the upcoming slides. See, the rules follows like this. The rule is we will be having one noun phrase, that is NP1. Consider that as the NP1, and followed by auxiliary verb, and again auxiliary verb is followed by the verb, that is the main verb, and finally we will be having NP2, or else you can consider this as an object. That is, consider an example. In the previous video I have considered Pooja plays Veena, so consider that only, because it will be easy for you to understand. So Pooja is nothing but NP1, played, it is a verb. In that sentence we don't have any auxiliary verb, so we can eliminate that auxiliary verb. The verb is place. Veena is nothing but it's an object, so here I have taken object as a NP2. Okay, to convert this active sentence to the passive sentence, we'll be applying these rules. So to convert the passive sentence, see, after converting Pooja plays Veena, so converting that to the passive sentence, what will be the output? Veena is played by Pooja, right? I have explained in the previous video. So what is Veena here? Here Pooja is NP1, plays is V, that is the verb, and Veena is NP2. Here NP1 is Pooja, right? So NP2. Converting to the passive voice means it is converted like Veena is played by Pooja. So what is Veena? It is NP2, right? So NP2 comes first after the transformation, and followed by Veena is played. So is nothing but it's an auxiliary verb. So auxiliary verb as it is. Be plus en means, see, we have to convert the things to present, past, depending on the tenses. We have to convert the tenses, sentence to the different senses, like present, past, like that. So we will be using be plus en according to the context. Will be applying the tenses to the sentence. Okay, so I'll be discussing this also in detail. Stay tuned. You just remember be plus en is added, and next verb followed by the verb, that is Veena is a auxiliary verb, played. So be plus en, here we are using Veena, Pooja plays Veena, right? So the next component is transformational rules. So here the name itself indicates transformation. Transformation means what? Transformation from one form to another form, that is nothing but transformation. Here also the same thing will be happening. So here we'll be having the transformational grammar. So what is this transformational grammar means? This grammar is having some set of rules. That rules are transformational rules. Okay, and it is going to convert one phrase maker to another phrase maker. That is from underlying to the derived class. Okay, that is what it says, from one form to another form, converting. Conversion from one form to another form. This is not what, this is the transformational rules, and these rules are applied to the terminal string which is generated by the phrase structure rules. Okay, so the final output of the phrase structure grammar, what we obtain, that is grammatical, because we are applying these rules to the sentence. So the sentence which is obtained by applying these rules are grammatical, right? So, and the transformational rules are applied to the output of the phrase structure grammar. Okay, and phrase structure rule and transformational rules are heterogeneous. These two, this phrase structure grammar and also this transformational grammars, are heterogeneous, hence they will be having more than one symbol in the left hand side. What exactly this means is we will be having one rule, that rule, in the left hand side of the rule we will be having more than one symbol. Okay, I'll be explaining this in the next slide. So what exactly the rule is, we will be having the noun phrase. Noun phrase is followed by the auxiliary word, and auxiliary word followed by verb, that is the main verb, and NP2. NP2 means noun phrase 2, or else this NP2 may be an object. You can also take it as an object. So this will be transformed to NP2 followed by auxiliary verb followed by be plus en. These are all the words. Why we are using this be plus en means to change the tenses, that is past tense, present tense, depending on the context. we will be applying the tenses. Okay, so for that we will be using this be plus en, and again this is followed by verb, and verb is followed by one word, that is by. We will be adding by, and lastly that is np1. This is conversion rule, that is the transformational rule. Here you see np1, this is the left hand side term, right? That is np1 auxiliary verb, and verb, that is a main verb, and np2, or you can also take it as an object. How many terms do we have? Only one term? No, right? We'll be having more than one term, that is np1 is one term, auxiliary verb is one term, verb is one term, np2 is one term. So that is what they explained here. These two are, that is phrase structure rules and transformational structure rules, are heterogeneous, hence they'll be having more than one symbol in their left hand side. See, look into this rule. In this rule we will be having more than one term in the left hand side. The rule is used to convert from one structure representation into another surface representation, that is active sentence to the passive sentence. Yes, so the transformational rule, the name itself indicates, convert from one structure representation to another surface representation. So here also we'll doing the same thing, that is one form to another form. Okay, or from active that is active sentence to the passive sentence. Okay, this is what the transformational rules do. So in the rule, consider the rule. In the rule, the left hand side, what we have in the left hand side is, that is np1 auxiliary verb, verb and noun phrase. This is one form of surface representation, right? This is known as underlying. I have explained this here. See, convert one phrase maker to another phrase maker. Here the one phrase maker is nothing but underlying, and another phrase maker is nothing but that is derived. Here this is what I have written here. The underlying input is, that is the left hand side, what we have, that is the underlying input, that is one phrase maker. This is the one phrase maker, that is np1 auxiliary verb, verb and np2. This is transformed to the np2 auxiliary verb, be plus en, verb, by and np1. This is the rule. You have to follow this rule, and you have to memorize this like this only. We cannot write any short forms, or we cannot give any short sheets for this. You have to remember like this only. So this is the transformation rule. Okay, this is the underlying input, this is transformed to this, that is np2 auxiliary verb, be plus en. Why we are using be plus en? To convert the tenses, so that is past, present. To convert that, we'll be using this be plus en. Depending on the context, we'll be applying the tenses. So be plus en is, this transformation has involved addition of strings be plus en, that is be and en is added here, and certain rearrangement of the sentence. So this be plus en means, as I mentioned, it is used to change the tenses depending on the context. So certain rearrangement, it is considered as a rearrangement of the sentence. And transformational rules are optional or obligatory. Okay, what is this obligatory transformation means? Agreement with number of subjects and verbs. It is nothing but agreement with the subjects and verbs. This is what obligatory transformations. And what is this optional transformation? Optional transformation is nothing but modifying the structure by preserving the meaning. So we are going to modify the sentence, but we are not altering the meaning of the sentence. The same meaning will be carried out, but we'll modifying the sentence. For example, in the previous video, I have taken the example, that is Pooja plays Veena. This is the active voice sentence. I have converted that to the passive voice. What's the passive voice for this sentence? That is, Veena is played by Pooja. Does the meaning affects here? No, right? The meaning of the both the sentences remains same, but I have altered the sentence, right? Here it is Pooja plays Veena. Here after conversion, Veena is played by Pooja. Meaning remains same, but I have modified the structure, but I have preserved the meaning. So this is what this sentence saying. So moving on to the next component. The next component is morphophonemic. Morphophonemic means this is going to match the sentence to the string of the phonemes. Okay, it is going to match the sentence to the strings, to the phonemes. What is this phoneme means? That is, if yes, then what? So I will be explaining you so that you'll be clear about this topic. If yes, then what? So this means, so